Welcome back to Only Talk Sports. We talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. I'm your host, Jeffrey. Subscribe and channel if you like sports content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our video. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and that is one of the best weeks of sports with college basketball games all going on throughout Thanksgiving, college football games. Rivalry week is right upon us in college football, but the NFL, you got all those Thanksgiving games. That's what it's all about, folks, on Thanksgiving. Spending time with family and friends, having some great turkey and whatever else you eat for Thanksgiving, stuffing, all that kind of stuff. Spending time with family and friends, being grateful for everything in your life, being thankful, and getting to watch some great football. So it's going to be a ton of fun, and I'm going to predict all of these Week 13 NFL games and even those Thanksgiving games as well. It should be a lot of fun. But starting out on Thanksgiving, Green Bay and Detroit. Fantastic matchup to open Thanksgiving Day. Detroit favored by 3. Detroit's been an interesting team up and down all season long. Don't really know what to make of them. And Green Bay at 7-3-1, they're playing good football, but they've also been inconsistent. This is kind of one of those games where it just feels like the home team's going to win, right? Dan Campbell, that home crowd with the line, that's going to be a packed crowd. It's going to be tough for Green Bay to win in that environment. I'll go Detroit 24-20, but it should be a thriller on Thanksgiving Day. In Kansas City and Dallas, two teams that desperately need a win, right, for their playoff chances. The loser, not eliminated from the playoffs, but not in great shape to make the playoffs either. In Dallas, with that tiebreaker, really needs to win. 5-5-1, that's going to make things more complicated down the stretch of the NFL season as they try to make that playoff push with other teams that don't have that tiebreaker. But Dallas needs this win more, but something tells me Kansas City's starting to peak, man. They're starting to play better, playing very good football right now. I'm going to go with Kansas City to win this game 31-24. I think Dallas can win. They got a really good win last week over the Eagles and probable comeback victory, but I'm going to go with Kansas City to get the Thanksgiving win. Then we got the Bengals and the return of Joe Burrow going to the Baltimore Ravens. This should be a great game. Baltimore favored by 7. I think now that Joe Burrow's back, it's going to bring some juice into this matchup. But even with his return, he's probably going to be rusty. He hasn't played in a while. Baltimore's playing very well with Lamar Jackson back. Give me the Ravens to win 31-14 as they pull away in the second half. Then on Black Friday, we got the Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles in a prime video game in the afternoon. This also should be a really good matchup. The Bears at 8-3, playing great football. Bears fans are jobbed up. They're back in the saddle again as they're happy that their team finally doesn't suck. They're excited. The Eagles are having a good year. Some people are disappointed in the Eagles. Some people disappointed in Saquon Barkley, but they're still having a good season. Not too much to complain about. I think with the Eagles being at home, they will win 24-17, but this should be a close, hotly contested matchup. Then on Sunday, we had the San Francisco 49ers and the Cleveland Browns. San Fran at 8-4, the Browns at 3-8. Shedeur is in the lineup now for Cleveland. That's making a lot of people happy that Shedeur's out there and he's playing well, very confident, even though a lot of people are saying it is arrogance. I feel it is arrogance, but whether you think it's arrogance, whether you think it's confidence, he didn't play too bad in his first start, but San Fran's a whole other animal. They just blew out the Panthers. Give me San Fran to win 31-14. We got the Jaguars and the Titans. This game should not be close. Jacksonville's been kind of sketchy a little bit against bad teams in the NFL. They have kept bad teams hanging around, but I do think Jacksonville will win this game 28-17 because the Titans are that bad. They should not win, but you never know at the end of the day. Then up next, you have the New Orleans Saints and the Miami Dolphins, two bottom-dwelling teams in the NFL. But the Dolphins are playing a little bit better. They have a better record than the Saints. I think that the Dolphins will win this game 17-14, even though the Saints haven't, I guess you say, playing a little bit more competitive football, including beating the Panthers. I think the Dolphins will win at the end of the day. And we had the Atlanta Falcons, the New York Jets. Same thing. The Jets are 2-9. They're trying to get things together this season, but the Falcons at 4-7 in better shape than the Dolphins. They still have a slim chance at a playoff, berth if they can turn their complete season around. With Kirk Cousins at quarterback, I don't think a lot of people think that's going to happen. But I will go with the Falcons to win 17-14 to keep those faint hopes alive. Then we have the Arizona Cardinals and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Bucs are barely leading in the NFC South because the Panthers lost last week. They really need a win. Arizona is a good team to do that against, and they're at home as well. Arizona only being at 3-8, not having a great year. I think Tampa Bay will win this game 21-14. Even with Baker Mayfield's injury uncertainty, it looks like he will be able to play, but he's a little bit banged up. So I'm a little concerned for Tampa Bay. They have been backsliding, losing 3 in a row, but I think Tampa Bay will end that losing streak and get a win. And we have the Rams and the Panthers. The Rams are at 9-2. They're having a fantastic season. Matthew Stafford looks like he could win MVP at the age of 38, which is absolutely unreal. He's having an incredible season. Carolina at 6-6 stand to their way. They're at home. They have been having a pretty solid year for Carolina standards, but looks like they might end up falling short for the playoffs if Tampa Bay can get it together and they have a tough schedule the rest of the way. But if they can get a big win at home, they'd have a really good shot to win the NFC South. It would put them at 7-6, but I got to go with the Rams. They're just playing so well. Give me the Rams to win 31-14. Then we have the Vikings in Seattle. The Vikings at 4-7 on the year. That's not very good. I do not think that they'll be able to go to Seattle and win. J.J. McCarthy is struggling. A lot of people are clowning on him for that iconic meme face that he's got on Twitter. It's not looking good. Seattle should win this game 31-10. Then we got the Bills and the Steelers. Bills are at 7-4. Steelers are at 6-5. It is tough to beat the Steelers on the road. And Mike Tomlin has an uncanny ability of always having his team right above 500. So they're at 6-5 right now. They would need a win to stay above 500. But I don't know, man. I think the Bills might be able to get this win. Steelers have been kind of sliding lately. They've kind of been struggling. I still think they'll be able to finish above 500, but they're going to fall to 6-6 in this matchup to the Bills, 24-21. Buffalo should get the win. Then we got the Raiders going to the Chargers. Raiders are not a good team. 2-9 on the year. They just lost to the Browns, and I picked the Raiders last week. That was one of the only games I got wrong because I went 11-3 last week on my picks. I had a good week, and I'm 113-68 on the season, which is actually not too bad considering how chaotic the NFL has been this season picking games, but I was wrong on the Raiders. I'm not picking them against the Chargers. Even though the Chargers have been a little inconsistent and they have allowed, like kind of some of these other teams have, to let bad teams stick around, I think the Chargers will win 21-10. Then we have the Broncos in Washington on Sunday Night Football. A lot of people are like, why is this a Sunday Night Football game? You could probably have a better game here, kind of like that Colts game. Some of these other games will be better ideas for Sunday Night Football, but they have it as the Broncos and the Commanders. The Commanders are broken down with Jay Daniels after their season's basically over. The Broncos are at 9-2. They have everything to play for. They're playing very well. I think they easily win 31-14. And then on Monday Night Football, we got the Giants and the Patriots. Patriots are at 10-2. Giants are at 2-10. Giants are one of the bottom dwellers of the NFL. Hasn't really mattered who's been at quarterback. They've just been struggling. The Patriots are having a fantastic season. I mean, up there with the Colts as a surprise team in the NFL. It's been incredible how well they've been playing. Drake May's been incredible. I'm going to go with the Patriots to win 28-14. This game should not be a contest. But those are every single game in the Week 13 NFL slate. All the teams are playing. There are no buys for Thanksgiving week. It's a loaded slate. I hope everybody has a lot of fun watching these games, and I hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving as we start getting closer and closer to the end of the NFL regular season and the playoff picture starts to shake out. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about my picks, whether you agree with them or disagree with them, which game you're looking forward to the most, and what you're going to be having for Thanksgiving dinner. Definitely always love to hear what people are going to have, especially if they do something unique or whether they go with the traditional turkey. I hope everybody has a blast on Thanksgiving. But subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Like this video down below. Follow me on Twitter as well. Link is in the description, and I'll see you next time.